Ember on. All right. I've been calling this my Firefly project. It's a little bit cold outside, so I'm working in my basement right now. I'm not going to take that ember to flame like I normally would. I'm going to take it out my basement door and put it out safely, and I'll be back in to tell you my story in just a minute. Well, I'm back. Like I said, I've been calling this my Firefly project, as in making fire with a flywheel, a stone flywheel. This is a bit of an impromptu project that I put together last night after watching a couple of videos that inspired me. I'll post links to them in the description below. What I've got here is basically about a 6-inch oak dowel rod. Dowel rod goes to about right here. It's a 1/2-inch dowel rod. My stone is basalt. I found this in a creek behind our cabin where we were staying in Gatlinburg on vacation this summer. I'm probably going to take this whole contraption apart and repurpose this stone for a pump drill that I've got in mind, but I thought I'd use it for the Firefly project in the interim. I've tried a couple different ways of attaching this stone to the main shaft, but in the end, just to get it done and get it done quickly, I took a couple of small brads, little tiny nails, and tapped them in, wedged them between the dowel rod and the stone. That's how it all stayed together. This little piece right here, this metal piece, if you can see that, is a piece of square welded tubing, metal tubing. It's a carbon steel tubing. It's about 2 inches long, and the outside dimension is a 1/2 inch, and the inside dimension is 3/8 of an inch. And my bit, I can get it out, my bit is a little piece of goldenrod. And you can see what I did was I whittled sort of a square looking shape to one end, and then I tapped it in to the end of my square tubing. I did the same thing to the dowel rod on the bottom of the shaft, but it's on there pretty snugly. I can't quite get that off. I'll probably have to pull this apart with some pliers. And then I just wrapped it up. I've got some micro paracord and another piece of goldenrod that I used as a toggle. My fireboard is white pine, lightly aged and slightly degraded. It's working quite well for me these days. Surprisingly enough, I think this was much faster to build and probably quicker to make an ember than with my pump drill, which that kind of surprised me a bit. But the one thing I had to learn was how to modulate my pressure. When I'm pulling the cord away from me, I have to press down a little bit harder in order to get the friction to heat up the divot. But when the stone wants to continue rolling and roll back up the cord, I have to release the pressure a bit. You saw me, I got out of sync with myself, and the stone stopped twirling when I was making my ember a few minutes ago. So you kind of got to push and pull, relax, and let it wind back up. Push, pull, relax, and let it wind back up. Once I discovered how to kind of get in sync with things and figured out how to make it work, the embers came pretty quickly. I built this contraption in about 45 minutes in my basement last night, and with a little bit of practice, I think I had my first ember maybe 25 minutes later. So again, fun little contraption. I'll post the inspirational video, links to the inspirational videos in the description below. Maybe you'll give it a try, see what you can do. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.